Well, folks, we are in the top 10. The truest best of the best movie moments of the 2010s decade. Hope you all enjoyed this list so far, so let's continue on with the true 10 best moments of 2010. So coming in at number 10, we have Caesar's death from War for the Planet of the Apes. And it's amazing how amazing this trilogy has been. How each movie has definitely gotten better. And War is a true emotional movie. I know a lot of people would claim that there wasn't an actual war in this movie, but it's not really the one that you would think on. Because it's not really the one they actually done, honestly. And this movie really tested Caesar's character and his portrayal like more impactful, honestly. I mean, War has so many great moments, especially with his first. I could put him following all his appearances, but the Colonel played excellent by Woody Harrelson. But his poignant death sequence in the end of the movie is just beautiful, emotional, and includes probably one of the best movie character arcs in recent film memory. Like, it's amazing how much this character has grown since Rise, and how can I love this type of character arc? Like, it's a truly beautiful arc, and it proves closer to an amazing, epic trilogy. And when I think this is the least favorite, the most you cannot deport the beauty of the ending. And now, coming in at number 999, we have Leap of Faith from Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. And so, of course, I have to put Into Spider-Verse on this moment on this list. Like again, truly, I always said this when I first saw this was going to be like a best 2010 movie moment, and it truly is. And this movie also has so many memorable sequences, incredible emotional moments. But this really pulls Miles Morales' character arc in this movie to full circle here. Yeah, people like it. Spider-Verse is, I still think Spider-Man 2 is easily, Spider-Man 2 is easily my favorite Spider-Man movie. It probably always will be, but Spider-Verse is easily close second, and this is definitely why. This sequence, it's just beautiful, seeing all stuff Miles Morales doing throughout the movie, and of course, how it happens, the beauty of the animation as well, makes the sequence just a beautiful piece of imagery and scenery that just blows your mind and just makes you feel so much emotion more for Miles Morales as a character and all he's been through with these characters, especially with Peter B. Parker. It's just truly emotional. Now, get to another animated film at number 8, and we have the You Are the Special moment from the Lego Movie. Yeah, I'm just thinking that I love it. And speaking of film also surprised me, this is definitely a movie that surprised the living hell out of me. Well, it did not many people. Yeah, like, people thought it was going to be like another corporate cash grab, it was going to be predictable all the way through, just your generic Chosen One prophecy thing that pretty much played that pretty much entire at this point. Probably still is. But it ended up being not only self-aware of this stuff, but it ended up being very poignant, emotional, heartfelt, and telling some incredibly serious messages. And one of the messages have pretty much inducted death at this point. It's pretty much how this movie does it is what makes this movie still as memorable and incredible as it is to this day. And I freaking adore Lego Movie. Why it's definitely an all-time favorite film for me in general. And it's basically your social secret. We basically talk to Lord Business near the end of the movie and talk about the special and all that stuff that's said. And dialogue said it was, of course, same time seeing Will Ferrell basically seeing the project stuff he's made out of Sun Involving the Legos is just beautiful, and this is truly something that anyone can really relate to, and just it's so poignant, and I always feel emotional when I watch this movie, and it's truly relatable and just, as I said, special. Now, coming in at number 7, we have the fight scene from Marriage Story. Marriage Story. Marriage Story. Anyways, Marriage Story, this is true. And this is definitely one of my new favorite movies of recent memory. Like, I also wasn't expecting to love Manchester so much as I did on set. I was probably love it, but probably not going to be the best of the material. But even though it was a very hard to watch movie, it's a very rewarding and powerful movie. And definitely one of the most real movies ever, especially involving divorce and maybe where it could easily just been like yelling and screaming constantly, but it's a real moment where basically they tell both sides to being. They give a good reason to why these people are divorcing. They still do love each other, but they end up losing the spark that they once had. And they really do explain a lot why these people are divorcing. And you feel they're kind of building up to have like a big yelling fight sequence, and I know back then those last sequences they kind of like took out of context, saying that yelling is not acting. Like this thing that proves why Adam Driver and Scarlett Johansson were two amazing probably my top two amazing performances last year. And honestly, they should have won Best Actor, Best Actress. Honestly, they should have won. I remember who won Best Actor, Best Actress last year. Oh yeah, now I remember, but they really, I think they should have won, honestly. They did probably more than, especially Scarlett Johansson. Like, this is easily her best performance, and well, the yelling and stuff that's said, and the craziness is just makes this sequence so hard to watch, but so emotional and impactful in all the best ways. Especially how much has been building up. They've been building up to this since the beginning, and it pays off incredibly well. And that's what makes the sequence so incredibly memorable, why it definitely deserves to be in the top 10. Now at number 666, we have the final 20 minutes from Whiplash. Now I just said you're going to see Whiplash on this list, so here it is. But yeah, I love Whiplash. It is truly an incredible movie, filled with so much emotion, so much impact in this. Miles Teller building an amazing performance, and J.K. Simmons pretty much gave one of the best performances I've ever seen, and rightfully deserving that supporting actor win. And again, Whiplash, I don't think, Whiplash still has so many, especially with that car crash sequence, and basically Andrew kind of like trying to be a Fletcher and all that, and the scene they had in the diner. And like there are a lot of memorable sequences to me. Like I think pretty much every scene is pretty much memorable in every way. Especially seeing J.K. Simmons kind of torture Andrew and all that. But the final 20 minutes is what this is what people remember the most out of this movie, and for a good reason. Basically, they kind of give Andrew like the Andrew trick to kind of give him the people he didn't know, but he ended up playing anyway, and he ended up like building an impressive jump solo. Miles Teller actually trained a lot of drumming for this, and he has that. So that's pretty impressive. A lot of tears he went through is actually real blood, so that's also makes it pretty impressive. But by point, this sequence, all that stuff that makes the sequence just so impactful and just so especially all the stuff Miles Teller has been through throughout the movie, and finally given his respect, and it's just a touch of the like. And this movie's talking about those. I don't think I can really say anymore. Now we're on the top 5, people, and coming in at number 555, we have the forest fight / Logan Steph scene from Logan. I'm not sure if you've seen these moments, but I think for this case, I think it's understandable. Because I couldn't say which one, so I tried to include, I tried to include both into one pick. So yeah, I'm including the forest fight sequence where we get Wolverine pretty much just clawing to get a real hard Wolverine stuff we all were wanting. And his poignant death sequence where we see a lot of emotion, a lot of passion, and even if you haven't been following Hugh Jackman for the last 17 years, you can't help but feel a lot of emotion towards me, especially with Stephen King's reaction to it. It's just, again, I talked about the scene many times on the channel, so I don't need to explain more why the sequence is so amazing, but it definitely belongs in the top 5. Now coming in at number 4, we have Riley crime scene from Inside Out. Now, Inside Out is a film that's definitely in the base of my favorite Pixar movie, mainly because it's easily the most relatable film that they've ever done. Like, easily the most relatable film. And this one, I don't think anyone can honestly relate to, honestly. Like, seriously. But it involves the concept of emotions. And especially, and it's great to see a lot of joy that these kids go through, especially with Joy, who just wants to feel all positivity, all energy, thinking that sadness is not worth anything and all that. And I especially love that scene where basically she realizes that, and where basically she realizes that sadness is an important emotion. And I couldn't even remember that sequence or Bonbon's death, which are all memorable sequences. Like, there's so many memorable sequences inside out, and the reason why people consider one of the Pixar's best movies. But the scene where Brian does cry is a truly poignant sequence. And it pictures Tyler's deep whole message and saying that it's okay to cry. It's okay. You don't have to feel positive and enjoy it all the time, which is something I think anyone on the face of the planet can relate to. And something that Pixar always do. They always make messages where I think anyone can relate to. And just like after have her run away and have her come back and all that, and realizing that sadness is important emotion, it's just beautiful. Like, it's definitely one of the true best moments. Again, I admit we're not this or The Incredibles is my favorite, but it's moments like these that may get a little bit closer to calling this my favorite, honestly. I love The Incredibles. Like, I think the reason it's my favorite podcast is how much I rewatched it growing up, but man, the emotion inside out is really just wow. And this moment just exemplifies everything that's amazing about this movie. Now, coming in at number 333, we have the campfire scene from 8th grade. Speaking of relatability, 8th grade is one of the most later movies I've seen in recent memory. It's something I won't want to go back to often. It's something that really blew me away every time I watched it. Especially the Kayla is kind of mean away. Like, she's one of the only character, at least I can think of at the moment, that really signifies a lot who I am as a person in terms of my anxiety, in terms of being scared, of feeling not trying to get in conversations, to feel like I'm just going to be ignored or I'm going to be laughed at and all that. Like, it's something that we all feel, and I especially have felt a lot of in my life, and it really touched me again. It really has a lot of great memorable sequences, but I think a lot of people, the campfire scene is always the most memorable sequence where basically, it's really someone where Kayla basically talks to her dad about stuff that brings her on, and she asks him to make you feel sad. And then just finds out how proud he is and how happy that makes him and all that. That whole sequence is just incredible. And you really combine that with the incredible acting from both of these actors, especially Elsie Fisher. And a sequence that has pretty much stuck in my mind since I saw this movie. And it's a movie that honestly continues to get better and better every time I do go back to rewatch it and every time I do think about it. And that's why I don't go back to rewatch often, but simply I can just not wait to see what Bo Williams does next as director. And now, at number 2, we get to a sequence that's from actually my favorite movie of the decade, and that is the Katila scene, and that's the Tequila from Baby Driver. And I think Driver my favorite decade would be my favorite scene decade, and the Baby Driver has a lot of the true number one best of decades for me in terms of editing, in terms of art aspects 2010s. But a different one more that definitely kind of beat it for me, and you're probably curious of why I haven't mentioned yet, but again, I mentioned this moment so many times on this channel. I don't think I need to say I mentioned my love so many times, so I don't think I need to say why Tila is a number 2 on this list, so yeah. But before we do get to my favorite movie moment of the 2010s, and we've done it already, let's discuss the final 10 movie moments that I absolutely love. They just did not quite make the list. And those moments are the twist reveal from Gone Girl, M's death from Skyfall, the ending credit sequence to Deadpool 2, the Charles getting shot scene from X-Men First Class, Baymax's death from Big Hero 6, basically the entire third act from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, the Babadook's first appearance from the Babadook, the Babe Lion sequence from Popstar, the running away scene from The Tale of Princess Kaguya, though that moment could easily be in the top 10 later down the road if I end up rewatching this movie constantly. And the last moment that just ended up missing the entire top 50 list is the goodbye ending to Toy Story 4. And again, all amazing sequences, but despite them not making the list, they are still incredible, wonderful sequences. Well, folks, take out this one. And today I'm here to give what is my number one best movie moment of Twins, the moment you all been waiting for. Now, do you remember I mentioned at the beginning of part 1 that I mentioned I'm not going to include hardly any Marvel on this list? I'm only going to include one. And it's because, again, I love the MCU, but I think that it's completely overshadow a lot of certain moments. Sorry. Considering how pretty much diverse this list has been, I think that was honestly a good call to include. Again, a lot of them actually would have been, like, again, definitely a lot of my MCU moments list would definitely be, again, I did do a top 50 list back last year, and I did recently upload a video where I put all 5 parts into one video. So that's on my channel if you haven't checked that out already. That's honestly one of my favorite videos I've done. Because, and as I said, I only include just one Marvel moment but yeah, even still, that Marvel moment still ended up topping this list. And it's basically the entire final battle from Avengers Endgame. And I thought the sequence many, like with the last few sequences I thought, but I thought the sequence many times on this channel, but it's one filled with so much emotion, so much fan service in the best way, and it's one of those sequences that even if you haven't followed on the MCU, you can't imagine feeling just so pumped, like with everything involved in the music, the spectacles, every character having a moment to shine, the emotion, the passion, the hardness, and the true passion that went into the sequence is just truly phenomenal in every sense of the word. Like, this sequence blows me away every time I watch it. When I watch this endgame, I always look forward to coming back to this, so I can feel the true epicness of what happens in the sequence, and you feel so many character moments that belong coming, and it's just so impactful in all the best ways. And in the end, it ended up coming at number 1 as my favorite movie moment of the 2010s. I can honestly one of my favorite moments in general, one of the best third acts in film history. And that's where the entire third act, but I mean, come on, I had to just look at it because there's so much memorable moments from that movie over the night that I just had to put the entire as one moment. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed my latest top 50 list where I talk about my top 50 best movie moments of the 2010s. I really enjoyed doing this video. Honestly, I really have loved doing this list, and again, you can check my channel for the previous parts, and I'd love to know what were your favorite movies, what were your favorite parts I mentioned, what were your favorite parts of watching these videos, and let me know what are your favorite moments. Stuff like that. I'm actually, and so I'm going to eventually put all these 5 parts into one video. So that'll probably happen probably next couple weeks, so be on the lookout for that. And also let me know I actually do have a few top 50 lists play, but let me know what you want to do. Like, I think I'm doing one best movie characters next 2010, so we'll see how that goes. And add a couple others, but again, we'll see how that goes. I've done a few other top 50 lists on this channel already. I did do my top 50 best MCU moments, top 50 films of all time, best TV shows of all time, best horror movies of all time. I did those. I know one more I did, but I can't remember the moment. But those are on my channel if you want to check those out. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I truly, honestly appreciate it. If you haven't already, be sure to like this video, be sure to share and subscribe, be sure to follow all my social media sites on the description down below. I am Samuel World from Samuel World Reviews. I will see you next time. As always, stay cool, everybody. Peace.